In this video here, I'd like to discuss the IRS and the Department of Unemployment and Training in the state of Massachusetts. Quite a few years back, I was collecting unemployment. That was the only one time in my entire working career that I had to collect unemployment. And to make a long story short, when I had gone back to work, I got notice from the Department of Unemployment and Training that they overpaid me a couple of checks since I had gone back to work. So obviously now I owe them some money. Prior to that, I had filed for bankruptcy, and the Department of Unemployment and Training was listed as one of the creditors. So at that point, legally, I was still responsible for the principal, but not the interest. So what happened was throughout the years, they kept intercepting my state tax refunds to go to the principal, but what happened was they kept intercepting them constantly every year for about 10 years at least. And I was ended up paying well beyond the principal and the interest. So I fought with these people on the phone for years. So finally I said, well, I've only got a couple of options left. You guys don't give me the right time of day. You guys don't give a shit about us, and they really don't. They don't give a shit about us. Believe me when I tell you that. It's time for people to wake up. So I explained to them the only other alternatives I might have is to file a complaint against them through the bankruptcy court, and or contact somewhere like Channel 12 News, investigative news, and have them do an investigation. As soon as I said that, they started changing their tune, and I recently made a pretty good settlement with them, which is like a miracle, to be honest with you, without an attorney. But anyway, when I filed my, I'm jumping the gun here, let me explain this further. After I settled everything with them, I still kept getting a statement in the mail every month that I owed them $42. They kept telling me it's an error, they can't get it out of the system, just disregard it, which I did. But when I filed my 2015 tax returns, I ended up owing the state $194, and I was getting $100-something refund back from the federal. So what happened was, because of them $42 that they, quote unquote, can't get out of the system, they levied my federal tax return for $42 plus $13, a total of $55, and the $13 was for a transaction fee. So now I contact the state of Massachusetts. They said, yes, it's an error. They refunded me $42. That $42 that came back to bite me in the ass. But they said I'm screwed on the $13 transaction fee. So now I have no way of recouping the $13. Now, when I filed my taxes, like I said, I owed the state of Massachusetts $194. I paid them on February 22nd out of my banking account. So now, on March, I think it was about March 20th, I'm looking at my bank account, and there's another posted transaction ready to go out for the same payment, $194, to the state of Massachusetts. So I put a stop payment on it, which the bank did. And now I get a notice from the IRS state of Massachusetts that I owe them $30 because a payment was supposed to go through that never went through. The transaction was never completed. Figure that one out. They had already got paid on February 22nd. So they're claiming, well, there's nothing they can do about it. I got to pay the $30. So I ended up doing an abatement. So, God knows how long that's going to be by the time they figure that out and make a decision. And I will keep you posted on that if and when I do get the results on that one. But the bottom line is, they don't give a shit about us. They really don't. The IRS is the mob. They're the mafia. Now, you've heard of the Untouchables, right? Al Capone and all that. Well, the federal government got rid of those guys because those guys were stomping on the federal government's turf. Okay? government officials, they don't give a shit about us. So now they had to cut out the untouchables so they could become the untouchables, which they are the mob and untouchable. And if this shit keeps up, I think what I'm going to have to do when I file my next tax return is claim Uncle Sam as a dependent. That ought to go over big. And now if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, this video will be posted on my Facebook page, which the name of the group is Abolish the IRS. And if you've had any experiences of your own similar to this, post them and leave your comments below.